Hello everybody, this is JD. I've been watching the news with Obama's trip overseas. Find some very scary factors. Also coming out about how the White House team has rigged the drilling reports on offshore drilling, so it makes it look really bad when the truth of the matter is maybe something it does not present the picture they want. But really what scared me the most out of everything, plus the last presidential election, I see how Obama still does not get the message that we don't like someone coming in and completely saying, look, I'm president, this is the way it's going to be, whether you like it or not. It don't work that way. President is a servant. But what's the part that scares me? Well, it was actually summarized by one of the reporters, but he didn't really know what he said. He said India is really not going to be taking all those jobs because India is going to be doing the high tech, the administrative type work, the office type work, the answering call, the administrative, the paperwork end of the jobs. So they won't be taking all those types of jobs from the United States. Then he didn't realize his next sentence said, whereas in China, they're taking all the manufacturing jobs, the laboring jobs. He doesn't realize when you take away all the laboring jobs, all the high-tech jobs, all the office jobs, you got nothing left but people working at McDonald's, Burger King, restaurants, etc., etc., etc. That's what scares me. It's not any one country that's taking our jobs. It's the whole rest of the world. They want to make the United States what? A playland? No. Sorry, people. NWO is out of here. Global economy. What? Make the United States of America the slums in the global economy? No way. Remember my formula. NWO minus W equals NO. In other words, New World Organization minus we the people equals no way in this country. Period. Now, if you want to support globalization, that's yours. Or if you want to support that each nation is a sovereign nation and it's up to the people in that nation to decide how they're going to live, it's up to the nations to respect each nation's sovereignty, then maybe you ought to look my way. If you're a person who believes that the federal government should have more power and should be larger, then hey, hit Congress for term limits. Let Congress make that decision. Or if you're a person who believes that the government is already and it needs to reduce its power, then you need to start saying it's the responsibility of the states to set term limits. It's the responsibility of the states to start exercising their power, reducing the power of the federal government. Then look that my way. If you're a person who believes that the federal government should be the first entity or person that gets anything out of your paycheck, that your income tax needs to be taken out first and foremost before anything else, then look towards the federal government. Whereas if you believe that the federal government should not be the first, but probably the very last, and should only be based on your ability to buy and spend, in other words, go with the sales tax, you need to look my way. If you believe our forefathers were right, and the Constitution should remain strong and the supreme law of the land, look my way. If you're a person who believes the Constitution can be manipulated and we could change it to fit any way we want, in other words, manipulate the law to the better behalf of my own self, look towards the federal government. That's what lawyers do, and that's what Congress is. So, what am I saying here? 1, we need to reduce the federal government. 2, we need to go on to a whole new tax system that does not take its money out before you even see your paycheck. 3, we need to respect the sovereignty of all nations, and our nation's sovereignty needs to be respected. 4, we need to bring manufacturing and keep what technical fields we have in this nation. But we need to make the manufacturer and the technician that feels want to stay in this nation. And that can be done. All that can be done. Plus, we need to have a government that listens to the people and not pick a point of view and try to push that point of view. Example, global warming caused by mankind. Unfortunately, if you just go to the Smithsonian Channel, the History Channel, the National Geographic Channel, and all those others, they say global warming's been going on for millions upon millions of years. You do global warming for about 25,000 years, and then you do global cooling for about 25,000 years. And that's the way it goes. So, and it's been doing that long before man even put his first footprint on the earth. So you can believe the hogwash, the stories that the politicians want to tell you, or you can believe the simple truth. The thing that I say that's different is I'm not telling you to believe a single word I say. I don't want you to believe a single word I say. I want you to go and check it out. Check out what I'm saying. Just like I say, I'm running for president in 2012. I don't say vote for me. I feel that's wrong. All I say is that you check me out. See what I stand for. See what I'm going to represent. Actuality, I'm going to represent you, the American people, from coast to coast, from the northern border to the southern border, and all its territories, and everything in between. That's what I'm going to represent. That's why my Facebook never turns anybody away. I keep people on, even though people say, oh, you shouldn't have that person on, there, this, there, that. No, I listen to everybody. I will not criticize or put down anyone until they start criticizing and putting down. Then I will, and I'll come down like a hammer. But you see, I let your actions speak for you, and that's where everything counts. So, you have your option. Some of you say you never even heard of me. Yes, I know some of you because I didn't win in 2008. I only came in third. Because if you all had heard of me, I probably would have been the winner in 2008. So now the job is for all of us to listen to what I'm talking about and tell other people so that the rest of the nation doesn't go and vote in the dark, but at least go out and check out. There is another choice, a different path. And all those who say revolution, revolution, yes, we're going to have a revolution. It's just, is it going to be with the gun or is it going to be with the ballot? That's going to be your choice. The government won't be able to stop either, because we always have the other to depend on. So, bottom line, elections to remove all the junk out of Congress is going to take 6 years. You're not going to get around that. Going back to the way our forefathers is going to take time, because it took us, from 1865 to now, which is 160 years to get the screwed up government. It's going to take time to straighten it up. It's not going to happen overnight. But we are not going to be shooting at promising you false hopes. We are going to promise this. We will go in the direction of our forefathers, reducing the size of government, giving people the power over the government, ensuring the Constitution is and shall always be the supreme law of the land. And am I going to tell the UN where to go? Bet your bottom dollar they're not going to want to hear me the first time I come in there and talk. They're not going to like at all what I'm going to have to say. But what I'm going to say is what we, the American people, have seen for the past, since 1960 that I am aware of government. Prior to that, I really was into other things. But since 1960 to the present, I will let the UN know that we're tired of their games, and their actions are going to have to start being in accordance to, or else frig it. Okay, so basically that's a quick, brief outline. What am I saying? Don't vote for me right now. Check me out. Check out the Constitutionalist Party. Check out what it stands for, because that's what I stand for. And understand, we, the American people, together, can bring this country to its founding roots and continue on that path. But only we together. And you must truly believe in our Constitution to be able to do it. Because then we together will do it. This is JD. You all have a nice day. And take it easy.